March 1st, 4:30 in the morning, United Arab Emirates. One of Amazon Web Services data centers, known as MEC1AZ2, suddenly went offline. In a region where systems are designed to be always on, that's a big deal. At first, people may have assumed it was just a technical issue, but it quickly became clear this wasn't a routine outage. AWS later confirmed that objects struck the facility, causing sparks and a fire. The UAE Fire Department ended up cutting power to the entire building. Backup generators reportedly didn't work. Instead of directly saying missile strike, AWS used the phrase object struck. But the timing tells the bigger story. This happened as the region was already in crisis. The US and Israel had launched strikes on Tehran. Reports claimed Iran's supreme leader had been killed. In response, Iran fired waves of drones and missiles across the Gulf. According to the Jerusalem Post, this particular AWS facility may have been considered a dual-use asset, meaning it was potentially used for both civilian and military purposes. If that's true, the line between tech infrastructure and military targets just became very blurry. Was the hit intentional? That's still unclear. Was it collateral damage? Possibly. But either way, the impact is real. The consequences were immediate. With that data center offline, banking apps in Dubai began slowing down. Transaction delays increased across the Gulf. Logistics at Jebel Ali port, which was already dealing with disruptions, faced additional digital bottlenecks. If a company had all its data stored in that single zone, it could be inaccessible until services are fully restored. AWS says other zones are still running, but traffic shifting to those zones is putting heavy strain on the system. Here's the bigger issue. AWS, Microsoft, and Google all have major infrastructure clustered in the same regional corridor. The idea that this region was a safe tech hub is now being questioned. Dubai and Abu Dhabi were chosen because they were seen as stable. That assumption changed overnight. Reports also mentioned impacts near Jebel Ali Port, Abu Dhabi Airport, and areas around Burj Al Arab. Financial markets reacted quickly. The UAE even recalled its ambassador from Tehran, signaling that diplomatic tensions are rising. There's also a clear language gap. AWS says, object struck. Others say, missile damage. But the bottom line is this. Geography is no longer just a business decision. It's becoming a wartime calculation. The cloud isn't some invisible, distant thing. It lives in physical buildings, and those buildings can be hit. Now, to be clear, details are still emerging, and it's not fully confirmed whether this was a direct bombing or how exactly the damage occurred. But what's certain is this. The intersection of tech infrastructure and modern conflict is no longer theoretical. It's happening in real time.